Hi, and thank you for clicking on the video. As you can see from the title slash thumbnail, we are talking about 17 again. So, this video shouldn't be too long because even though it's a movie, I don't have that much to say, but there are some things I want to talk about. Also, as per usual, if you haven't seen 17 again for some reason, and you don't like spoilers, click off of here, go watch it, then come back. And I can tell you actually where you can go and watch it from right now. Because the reason why I am talking about this is, you know how when you on Tubi, it'll just play something right after you are, like right after whatever you had on gets done, it'll put something else on. 17 again came on after something else that I had on got done, and I just was letting this stuff play or whatever. And yeah, that movie, wow, there were some things that I was just like, what? Okay, so first and foremost, watching with adult eyes is crazy because I don't understand how I didn't have a bit of a problem with this movie. Like, these two old people, they get turned into 17-year-olds, but they are old people, okay? So even though they went to the high school with the granddaughter, which the grandfather didn't even go to the high school with them, with Kat and Sydney's character, like with them. He didn't go with them. He went with two kids that he had a bump in with, and they was just like, oh, like a girl gave him her number, and they was like, oh, let's just keep him with us like he was a stray dog or something. Like, they just picked him up off the street and was like, you can stay with us because women like your face. Like, what? I have an issue with that just situation, like, because he sees that he's young and he go to call the house and immediately change his mind. That's a problem. Like, what do you want to do at 17? Like, what are you looking to do? Like, you shouldn't want these young high school girls in your face, because even though you look their age, you're not their age. It's creepy. It's gross, right? Also, like, the main reason I actually want to talk about this is because Sydney, that girl was drama queen central. Like, she was so over dramatic. Like, so over dramatic. Y'all, the boy she like, the boy she like, asked the grandmama on a date thinking that it was her. They was at a place where you dance. Okay? Now, the plan was, because the grandma caught on, and she was like, okay, just put something black on, meet us, and we'll switch a room. She get there, and the grandmother is dancing with the boy. Just dancing with the boy. That's it. And I was like, okay, hold on, because she told her friend that they was making out. So I paid attention on that scene. They was not making out. They was just dancing. That's it. They was just dancing. She was dancing with him with a big smile to try and make her ex-husband jealous. That's it. This girl saw her grandmother dancing and happy and smiling and ran out of the place where you're supposed to be dancing at. They literally went there to listen to the DJ so that they could be able to dance at a school dance. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you running out? All you had to do was you signal her over to you and have, like, switch it out. That's it. I don't understand what your problem is. And then later on, first and foremost, so disrespectful because the grandma ain't really do nothing. She was just dancing. You see what I'm saying? And she's talking about some, you ran grandpa away and now you're running Todd away from me being able to have a chance to date him. First of all, you don't know him. You just got here. Like, so it's not that serious. I'm sure, with how fickle, teen relationships are, I'm sure you had plenty opportunity to get to know him again and like try to do something, right? But ultimately, like, your grandmother did not do anything. Like, you literally could have just still did the switch out and had yourself a good time, and you could have been the one on the dance floor. It wasn't that complicated. She wasn't chasing nobody away from you. And while yes, she technically did ruin her marriage with her husband, that ain't your business. That ain't got nothing to do with you. She was irritating. Even like you're complaining about every little thing, and it took your grandmother telling you like you're sounding like how I was sounding, and that's why I got divorced from your grandfather. Like you're literally doing the exact same thing I did that ruined things for me. And she didn't want to admit it. She's like, you don't know nothing, grandma. Yes, she do. Like, she knows something. And also, she going off on this rant on her grandmother, and she's like, you don't know what it's like to have the magazines, and you want to look skinny, and all of these trends. There's always been trends. There's always been peer pressure. Like, there's always been a hot commodity that they're like, hey, youngins, you should want this. Mind you, I feel like being thin was even way worse. Like, back in like the 30s and 40s, they didn't even want their butts to look big. Like, they would literally get mad if somebody said their butt looked big. Like, that's a compliment now, because it's like, oh well, my body is accentuated or whatever. But that was not a compliment back then. They used to wear clothes to try and make themselves look as flat as possible. Don't know why that was a trend, but they used to make themselves look as flat as possible because that was the cool thing to do. So yeah, I think your grandmother, just because the times were different and the trends were different and the peer pressure was different, that doesn't mean that it did not exist. It just existed in a different form. Mostly, like, they still had magazines back then, but mostly through word of mouth, pretty much. But yeah, like, I'm sure she knew of peer pressure, and I'm sure she knew of how hard it is to navigate in the, amongst your peers, trying to fit in or not fit in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why she thought she was going through something new, but no, boo. Everybody go through it. Like, you either care or you don't care when you go through it, but everybody has that in the different phases of life. You know what I mean? So she was just so dramatic about it. But she was not the only dramatic person in the movie. I don't know. I think her name is Ashley, Todd's sister. I don't know where she thought she was, but it seemed like the movie was trying to be pretty realistic about the world around them, and then she was stuck in a TV show in her head because she the only one at this school that's bullying people and that's like, oh, popular, most popular this, most popular that, I'm popular. Her and her little goon was the only two acting like that. Everybody else like, girl, you're tripping. She was straight up tripping. She, like, nobody else cared. Like, so when Sydney do her dance, when Sydney does her dance and she get done, like, everybody else is like, oh yeah, you did great. This was an amazing performance. It was okay. It was, I guess, good for the times. It wasn't, it's not memorable because it was kind of basic, but it was pretty good for those times. I thought it was good. I wanted to learn those moves when I was younger because, I used to like dance and stuff. So when I was young and I watched that movie, I thought she killed it. I wanted to learn the moves, but watching it as an older individual, like it was just okay. But yeah, and this girl talking about some, well, we can't be associated with the new girl. Like everybody else is like, what is you talking about? Then she gonna she gonna tell Sydney to stay away from her men. Like, why do you care so much with who your brother is talking to? It was creepy. Like their relationship was weird, and she was making it weird. Like he was trying to do his own thing, and she was acting like she was his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, why do you care what he doing? Because he damn sure don't care what you doing. But for some reason, you tell this girl to leave your men alone, which Gene was not your man because that nigga is old, and your brother is not your man either because that's your brother. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, she was delusional as hell in this movie. I don't know what universe she thought she was in, but nobody else was experiencing what she was experiencing. Nobody cared about no popularity. Nobody was on the same wavelength as her, and I mean that in the worst way for her and the best way for everybody else, because girls, sit down, calm down, it's never that serious. But it was so weird. I also peeped with the stepmom. She was a little, like, when they came back, she seemed more chill after seeing the grandparents, like, buddy buddy and cuddled up. But I don't know, she gave a little bit of a snarky kind of attitude, like, at first. Like, when the mom was talking to her in the salon, like, the mom messes with her hair a little bit, and then when she gets up, the girl looked at her and was like, it was a nasty type of look. I didn't like that, but it could have just been like, old people. Like, it could have been that thing, like, old people always messing with somebody here, or always, you know, it could have been one of those things. But I don't know. I also, Sydney didn't really care for the stepmom, but because of your experience over these 2-3 days with your grandparents, all of a sudden when she come back, you cool with her? Okay. I mean, I guess we need a happy ending for the. It was a little bit like unrealistic to me. Maybe she just wanted to try to be a little bit more open minded, but I don't. Considering how she was interacting with her and how standoffish she was before she left, and it's only been like 2 or 3 days. Give yourself that time as well, because one conversation with your grandmother is not going to change that relationship overnight. Because the reason why you had an issue for real is because you miss your mom. I think the mom died or something, which Disney loves killing off kids' parents, apparently. Specifically the mothers. There's so many Disney movies where the mother is just, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just feel like it was a bit quick to be considered realistic. But I mean, it's a movie, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I don't think there is, you know, aside from the fact that the friend was like the worst spiritual individual. Like, she tell you this crazy, insane thing that proves that anything is possible, and you just want to believe that Oprah found her long lost cousin. You like, girl, I heard what you said, but I don't believe you. Like, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. It mainly pertaining around how dramatic Sydney was, because girl, it was never that serious. Like, sit down. It was a dance. It let it go. Anyways, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me if you agree with me. Like, what are your thoughts about the movie? And if you did like this video, please like it and share it and subscribe to the channel so that you will know when the next video comes out, because there is so much more on the way. And until next time, bye.